Okay, my first resolution is to get better at editing so I don't have to always do voiceovers. I would edit music over, but YouTube music sucks and I'm afraid of copyright. If you're watching this in 2025, which you probably are because it's 8:16 I'm editing right now, Happy New Year. Gosh, I really need to get better at editing. 2024 was definitely a toughie. Yeah, learned a lot of good and hard lessons, I think. Obviously, by my brace, you can tell I tore my ACL. I tore it in September, got surgery in November. The biggest lesson I've learned from that experience has been that you can't look at problems like huge roadblocks. You have to look at them.
That's a lot. Holy shit.
As stepping stones to get to your goals. For example, I want to inspire people. Tearing my ACL only gives me more credibility as a hard worker, because when I recover, I'm not just going to get back to the level I was. I'm going to surpass it. Because of this adversity that I'm facing, people have the opportunity to watch me climb out of the bottom of the pit and scale myself to the top of the mountain. And if that's you, if you're at the bottom of the pit, if you're at a hard place in your life, look at it as inspiration. Show yourself and show others that you're a person who always accomplishes what they set out to do. Expect problems to come up and figure out a way around them. People in a better position than you aren't in a better position because it was easier for them. They're in a better position because they expected the problems and they knew from the beginning that it would require perseverance and determination to get through them. No matter how big the wall might seem, they find a way over it. Every day that you skip, somebody else is getting further ahead of you. And not even that. That's not even what you should focus on. You should focus on the part of yourself that you're missing out on. Every day you skip, the version of yourself that you want to be is getting further and further away. Let that sink in. The version of yourself that you want to be is only getting further and further away every time you skip. Every time you don't act in alignment with the goals that you have, they're slipping away. When you don't feel like doing something, literally ask yourself, would the best version of myself, would the version of myself that I want to be, would they skip this? Would they give up just because they're tired? Or would they stay aligned with their mission regardless of how they feel? These are the questions you gotta ask yourself, and these are the questions I'm asking myself every day. Every day I show up for PT. I do PT at least 3 times a day, and it's exhausting. But if I didn't carry through with it, I probably still wouldn't be able to walk, so take it for what you will. I did not feel like going to the gym today. That was the last thing I wanted to do. And I still got to go back a second time because I got to get on the bike twice. Try telling your muscle atrophy that you don't feel like doing it, though. Your knee does not care. I'm not going to be stuck with a pretzel stick for the rest of my life. I'd rather put in the work. If you're going through your own ACL surgery right now, all the work that you're putting in is not in vain. You cannot think of it as in, I just have to do more work than everyone else to get back to exactly where I was, to get to the same level. You gotta let it lift your confidence up. The fact that you put in more work than anyone else and you know it and they know it, let that boost you. Be the person who knows that they work harder than everyone else, and there's no doubt. Nobody talks about how hard it is to keep up with the little stuff too, like the stuff that's already in your routine, you're just building on top of with 3 hours plus of PT every day. The first couple of weeks, I couldn't even clean for myself, never mind cook for myself. My biggest advice is just don't allow yourself to pull the ACL card, because your teachers, your coaches, whoever is probably going to give you that sympathy card, but life is not. My teachers all very nice to me. My grades, crap. My grades would be a lot better if I was the type of person who did the hard things regardless of how I felt. Because half the time I felt like crap and I let that dictate what I do with my day. Do what's required, take it day by day, do what's required, and get to the next step. Alright, so my next play is I'm just gonna ice, do some work, and then get back to the gym. Oh, I also have chili. want to give up, just don't. 10 minutes in, 10 minutes left. You'll never find the gym emptier than at 6 p.m. the night before New Year's. Wait, it is New Year's. 2024 recap. All right, what happened this year? Started off this year, my car broke down, but then I got a new one. This bad boy, Bert. I was able to pay for my own trip to Florida so I could go see some friends and go zoom in some fast cars. The car scene in Florida is actually crazy. Worked really hard again this summer. Saved like $6,000. Worked a job I never thought I would. I was part of a support program for somebody who's disabled. When I first got the opportunity to do it, I honestly was going to decline. I wanted to say no, but I didn't. And I wanted to say no because I thought I was incapable because I didn't have any experience. But somebody who's incapable of something and they're put in a position is going to grow faster because they have to. Like, I learned very quick the right things to say, the wrong things to say, the right things to do, the wrong things to do. Definitely grateful and thankful for that experience. I'll be doing it again this summer. Got to school, tore my ACL, blew all my money. Okay, so for my goals for 2025, if you would have asked me like a week ago, I would have said my number one priority is getting out on the soccer field. That is still number one priority in my mind. As ridiculous as that sounds, I'm 20 and my number one priority is getting back out on the pitch at a D3 college. But I love soccer that much, and I just want to have a good close to my soccer career. But I don't know if that's possible right now. It's still kind of up in the air because I have to go get an MRI for my shoulder and then see if I can play after that. Because I might need another surgery, might not. We'll see. So on the way back home, I was like thinking, and I found myself thinking about, okay, if soccer isn't going to be my number one priority, then what will be? And I think what I need to develop this year and what I need to make sure is like in a strong foundation is actually my mindset. Once you have your mindset right, everything else falls into place. Money will fall into place. Soccer will fall into place. Opportunities will fall into place. And the way I'm going to get to my goal isn't by focusing on the goal itself, right? I'm not going to focus on the big golden trophy. I'm going to focus on the steps it takes to get to the trophy. And that's my 2025 plan. All right, so I'm going to go in, do the rest of my PT, chill out, and then go to bed.